So I just spent the last 3 or 4 days in bed. Unfortunately, had a kidney infection, and laying in bed sick gets you really stiff, and having an infection also gets you really stiff. So I woke up this morning feeling much better. However, my back and my shoulders are killing me. So I thought I would take you through what I would normally do just to use movement as medicine for my body. And what I mean by that is, like, my movement's not going to cure my kidneys, but what it is going to do is it's going to help with the stiffness. And so there's a very clear distinction between those two. I did have to go see medical help for getting some antibiotics and making sure I was on the proper medication in order to help myself out with that. But now that I'm feeling a lot better, and all that's left is just a stiff back and really sore stomach, really tight shoulders and neck. What can I do at home in order to make myself feel better? So what we're gonna do is just start standing. Right now, a normal cat-cow would be actually too stressful for me. So if I had a couch here, that would be great. And if you don't have a couch, you got your knees. And what I'm doing is actually working through a cat-cow series. And boy, do you ever have to respect your body, because, man, if it wants to fight back, you're losing that battle. So go through these cat-cows at your pace. I'm just trying to each time go through it, see how much space my body will allow me to move. It's okay to feel that stretchy sensation, but I don't want you to feel pain, because if you feel pain, your body's going to stop you from doing that. So now I'm going to hold that angry cat position where my back is rounded, and I'm now moving my hips from one side to the other. Again, I'm going very gently. And it's really important that you breathe through this, because breathing is going to allow you to release that tension, to let it know that it's not a stress anymore. Already that's loosening up pretty nicely, actually. Not feeling that tightness anymore. Okay, I'm gonna roll up, see if I can roll down even further than I could before. And I can, which is pretty cool. I was not touching my toes before this. It's pretty cool how if you go with your body instead of fighting it, it just works better. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into that side body, so I'm reaching up to the ceiling and leaning over. This is still quite tight on me. It was only my right side that was affected, so my right side is going to be a lot tighter than my left. Again, it's okay to feel that stretching sensation, not okay to feel that pain. If you feel that pain, you're going into it too aggressively. All right, the other side. Yeah, this side doesn't hurt at all. So now I'm gonna go across. So you'll see that I'm spending a little bit more time on this right side because it's the side that hurts. If there's a side that's not really bothering you, you can spend even time on both sides. Still a great way just to give your body some movement, some nourishment. It's just like water. If it's standing still, that's when all the bad stuff starts growing. So you want that river that flows, getting that even stream. Those cat cows are feeling a lot better. Okay, go grab a stool, something that you can sit on. Okay, so I have a cooler in my basement. Any kind of chair works. I'm gonna lean over top as long as it doesn't hurt. And I'm gonna reach for my ankles, and I'm pulling up very gently on the ankles or even the bottom of my feet. Okay, now I'm gonna flatten out my back. So this is like a cat-cow. And if this is too much, you can just stay here and do the same thing. So you can round your back, sit up nice and tall. And if that's not getting into it, and you've got the range, the body's allowing you to go down here, then that's where I want you to work it. Okay, I'm gonna grab onto one knee, bring it up onto the chair with you, and you're gonna create that cat-cow again. So you're rounding that spine, sitting back up. At the same time here, I'm trying to melt my shoulder blades down my back. Switch sides. So rounding my spine, sitting up nice and tall. Rounding my spine. When you sit up nice and tall, get those shoulder blades down. Again, spending a little bit more time on the side that's bothering you. For me, it's my right side. I'm breathing into it, letting it relax. So great if you have something to hold on to back here. I don't. So what I'm gonna do instead is use my knee. So I'm gonna place my hand here and place my other hand here as I breathe in. I'm gonna come back to center as I breathe out. I'm gonna start twisting. Switching sides, same thing. Next, I'm gonna cross one leg over the other leg, sitting up nice and tall, and then I'm leaning forward and then sitting up tall. So you should be feeling this in the butt cheek with the leg on top. Now, lots of times low back pain can be caused by tight other muscles like your glutes or your hamstrings. Obviously, the reason why my back is so sore is just, well, your kidneys filter out all your blood, so I'm sure my blood has some stuff in it that's not so happy with it, and plus it was just fighting an infection. And I've also been laying on the couch and laying in bed for 4 days, so it just gets stiff after some time doing that. So I'm just kind of respecting everything. And as you should too, for whatever reason why your back is bothering you today. And I'm not mad at it. A lot of times we get up and we're upset that we're in pain, but it's just, hey, it's not happy. What can we do to make it happy? All right, go and revisit, see if you can touch the floor now. So I'm gonna lean down, and this is a lot easier than it was when I started today. So all I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna make some twisting actions up towards the ceiling. And I'm gonna alternate sides here. See if you can place one hand on the ground this time with your twist. And if this is too much for you, you can just twist here. That's cool too. Just respecting where you're at. You can either take your hand here and make it more aggressive, which this is right at my limit for where I am today. And now I'm just gonna hang out. And then I'm gonna see if I can stand on up. So this is like a forward bend in yoga. Okay, now just take your feet and try to really press that back up. All right, take your time, rolling back up. I'm gonna face the chair now. I'm gonna place one leg up and I'm trying to get into the hamstring stretch. So I'm gonna take my hand on the inside of my leg now, and all I'm gonna do is just twist open, just very gently. And I'm gonna try 3 in the opposite direction. It's the same leg, but now I'm crossing over and I'm twisting. Now, I can't get very far here, and that's okay. If you can extend the arm, great. That's putting a little bit too much into my back, so I'm just going to keep my arm down for now. that's the beauty of it. You can go at your own pace. You can make things more challenging if need be, and you can rein it back down if it's too hard. So I'm switching legs here, and I'm just going into just a bend at the hips. So not a surprise, this right side's a lot tighter. Like I said, I was feeling more of my symptoms on my right side. So just going in with it with a little bit more patience. I mean, heck, my body just fought an epic battle, right? And that's the cool thing about our bodies. When it's healthy and something foreign enters it, it does fight it. And know for whatever reason your body is receiving pain, that it is a message saying that there's something's going on here. It's trying to let you know. So everyone's going to feel this differently depending on where the tightness is. Right now I'm feeling it right here and a little bit into the hamstrings. We're going to switch sides here. So same thing, if you can bring the arm around, great. I'm just not there right now. And you'll notice that my reps are not even from side to side today. I'm spending more time in the areas that are tighter in order to release that back. There we go. And when you have patience with that and you breathe through it and let your body relax when it's ready to, you're going to be a lot more successful at it. And sometimes it takes more than a couple reps, and that's okay. So on your, whatever you're using, just make sure it's soft so that you can put your foot on it. So I'm gonna bring my knee down and I'm gonna have my foot placed up against something. A wall works, a couch works. I'm tucking my pelvis under to feel a stretch here into your hip flexor. I'm just gonna hang out here. So this quad right here is quite tight on me right now. And of course, the closer the knee is to the wall or the object, the harder, the further away, the easier it is. So now I'm going to lean down towards the ground, and if my hip kind of goes out onto a 45 degree, I can feel it more into the hip flexor. So I'm not going in line with where my other knee is. I'm actually going out just a little bit to the side. I'm going to cycle through a few of those. So now we're going to add in a twist. So my right hand is staying down. I'm going to twist towards that bent knee. Then I'm going to come down. I'm going to twist to the other side. Oh, sorry, my phone stopped recording halfway through that. So I think you were last on the cooler, still doing the quad stretch. So once you finish the quad stretch, come on out of that, and you're gonna need a towel and some wall space. So we've got the towel set up there next to the wall. You're gonna sit pretty close to it. And then you're gonna lean back, get the feet up onto the wall. And you're gonna wanna scoot, use your elbows, scoot your bum close to the wall. It doesn't have to be touching. The further away the butt is from the wall, the easier, the closer, the harder it's going to be. You're gonna find a position that feels good here. So your legs can be up the wall, they can be bent. You can go into butterfly. You can go out into a straddle pose. You're gonna find whatever feels comfortable, and it's okay to switch positions so you don't have to stay committed to one. And all we're working on is just breathing here. So if you watched my breathing video that was put up earlier this week, or last week, I guess, you're all focusing about how do I create a cylinder? So how do I push my breath out towards the ceiling, towards the sides, towards the back, all at once? And we're just letting go of everything here. Letting go of the expectation that, you know, we should never be in pain. I don't think that's true. I think pain is just a signal, just saying, hey, I need some help here. Letting go of the expectation that the world isn't the way that it's supposed to be. It is what it is. Things are occurring as they are. And we are just being the way that we are. Letting go of expectations of anyone that you're sharing this space with. They should be doing this, they shouldn't be doing that. Let it go. The expectation that we're placing on ourselves. We should be more productive. We should be doing this. We're doing what we're doing. And that's what we're choosing to do in the time. See, expectations is something that we've set on the world. It's something that we think that the world should look like. And when things don't meet up to our expectations, we become unhappy with them. But we have to realize we're the ones that created those. And sometimes it just doesn't serve us. Sometimes it creates more stress. All right, bring the legs back up to center here. Give them either a little wiggle, you can hug them into your chest. You can go into happy baby. Anything that feels good right now, that's what I want you to go into. This happy baby position puts some really nice pressure into where that kidney is. Oh, it feels good. All right, so to safely get out of this position, you can either lift up your hips first and get the roll out of the way, or you can just roll off to the side, whatever is easiest for you. Take a moment or two just in this fetal position before we press up. Just having gratitude. What are you thankful for in this moment? myself personally, that's thankful that, you know, the medical system is still able to look after people who, you know, aren't just with coronavirus. Grab something you can lay on. I'm gonna grab a foam roller here, but it could be a bolster, it could be pillows. So you're gonna lay on it so that your hip is really close to the foam roller. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your time, but I'm going to rotate my stomach and my chest onto this foam roller. And then I'm gonna twist my head to the opposite side. And then I'm gonna be resting here. So again, find anything that you're able to have your body be supported by that position. And if this position doesn't feel good, what I want you to do is lay on your side instead, like so. Cradle your head, and then I want you to lean back. And again, you can prop up pillows so that feels good. And you can do anything with your hand. We're just trying to create a spinal twist. So I'm gonna go back into that position there. My body over. And now you want to surrender in this position. So we're just breathing. I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to let the music play. Mainly because I'm facing away from the camera. So just enjoy the music. And we're going to switch sides. We're going to do the same thing.
Okay, slowly come out of that position. All right, next you're gonna want a mat on the floor. Something soft to lay on. So you're gonna sit with your feet planted like so, and I'm gonna start rounding my back and then coming back up. So again, we're rounding our spine in order to get some movement, some fluidity into it. Now, if this is starting to feel good, my back is actually feeling much better. I really prefer to roll on it, so I like to roll back. I understand not a lot of people have that available to them. So you're just gonna stay here, kind of doing a cat-cow in that seated position. I find by doing this, we get a lot of blood flow going, and I like to sit up and I like to lean forward. Our last position before going into our neck, you're just going to lay on your back, hug one knee into your chest, and now you're going to pull it over. So we're going into that spinal twist again. Switching sides. Again, going back and forth at your own pace here, whatever feels good. I'm going to do one more on each side. Now, another spinal twist, which I know is good for your kidneys, that you can do and incorporate is crossing that leg over and creating that twist. I felt like we already did that on the cooler, but if this felt better for you, this is a great option as well. I do want to address the neck because my neck was all kinked up, being on a pillow weird. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my ear one way, but my opposite hand is going to walk away. So I'm feeling a big stretch right here. Back to center. I'm going to work the same side 3 times before going to the opposite side just to get a deeper stretch. And if you feel like alternating, you can. I'm going to switch sides. So next I'm going to create some traction. So my hands are behind my neck and I'm kind of pulling my scalp up towards the ceiling and then down. I'm never reefing on my neck though. So I'm pulling up and down and I feel a stretch all the way down to my tailbone just because my back is so tight. And back up. I'm going to do that again. So I'm reaching up towards the ceiling and down. I'm going to do this 5 times because I can feel this starting to relax. But oh man, is it tight. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look over my shoulder, but as soon as my head can't go anymore, I'm gonna continue with my eyes. So I'm gonna keep turning, and now my eyes are getting involved, and I can get all the way to the split between the two curtains behind me. Bring the eyeballs back to center before you return back to neck, and I'm gonna repeat that in the opposite direction. So first my head is gonna go, and then my eyes are gonna go. Switching sides again. Again, going at your own pace for this. I like to go pretty slow. Alright, back to center. Roll those shoulders around a few different directions. I don't know about you, but my back is actually feeling a lot better. I couldn't do cat-cow from the floor when I started today. And actually this feels pretty darn good. So that's kind of what I do if my body is really stiff and sore. I just start moving with full respect for my body for what it can and cannot do that day. And I find when I work with my body instead of against it, I actually start feeling a lot better. So hopefully that helped you guys out. Hopefully you guys aren't experiencing back pain, but if you are, hopefully you're able to move yourself out of that. Thank you so much for joining me for this daily move. Have a great day. Bye.